Welcome to Truth Uncovered. Today we're exposing something that most people never talk about, but you've probably felt it your entire life. Why does it seem like the kinder you are, the less respect you get? You hold the door, no thanks. You help a friend, and suddenly you're expected to do it every single time. You show up, give more than you take, and try to be a decent human being, and somehow you become invisible. But let's be clear. This isn't about becoming bitter. It's about becoming wise. Because what you're going to discover in this video is not just a harsh truth, it's a transformation. By the end of this, you'll understand why your kindness is being weaponized against you, how Stoic philosophy solves the puzzle, and how to finally become the kind of person who gives without ever being taken for granted again. Let's begin. Part 1. The paradox of kindness. And me ask you something directly. Have you ever noticed how the people who do the most for others often get treated the worst? They bend over backwards, they sacrifice their time, they never complain, and in return, they're walked on, ignored, and used. It's a paradox. You'd expect kindness to bring you closer to people, but too often it creates distance, disrespect, and even resentment. Why? Because most people don't understand what kindness really is. They confuse it with compliance. They interpret it as weakness, and the more freely you give it, the less it's valued. Part 2. The Merchant of Rome, a cautionary tale. Let me take you back to ancient Rome. There was once a merchant named Gaius. He was admired, respected, and, above all, kind. If someone needed help, Gaius was there. If a stranger asked for a favor, he delivered. He gave money, time, energy, always with a smile. At first, the people praised him. What a generous man, they said. What a heart of gold. But slowly, that praise turned into expectation. And soon expectation turned into entitlement. People stopped thanking him. They started assuming he would help. One day, a so-called friend borrowed a large sum of money from Gaius. Months passed. No repayment. When Gaius finally asked for it back, the man laughed. You? Asking for it back? You don't need it. You're kind, remember? And in that moment, the mask fell. Gaius saw the truth that many of us are too afraid to face. The world doesn't admire endless giving. It admires boundaries. Part 3. The Stoic truth. People don't value what's free. This is where Stoicism enters the picture. Men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood a law of human nature that still holds true today. People don't value what comes too easily. Think about it. When was the last time you truly appreciated the air you breathe? Exactly. You don't, because it's always there. The same applies to kindness. If you're always available, always saying yes, always willing to help, people don't see you as noble. They see you as someone who doesn't value themselves enough to say no. And what happens next? They push the boundary. They start testing how far they can go. And before you know it, you're not respected, you're tolerated. Part 4. Why people respect boundaries, not niceness. We live in a society that celebrates niceness, but here's the uncomfortable truth. Nice is not the same as kind. Nice is a mask. Nice says yes, even when it wants to say no. Nice avoids confrontation. Nice sacrifices itself for peace. But kindness, real kindness, is intentional. It's rooted in strength, not fear. It's a choice, not a compulsion. And that's the difference between someone who is respected and someone who is used. Part 5. The nice guy trap. Let's talk about the nice guy. You know who I'm talking about. He's always there. He never complains. He tries to earn love, loyalty, and respect by doing more, giving more, being more. And what does he get? Ignored. Overlooked. Friend-zoned. Used. Meanwhile, the man who has boundaries, who doesn't chase, who doesn't overextend himself, he becomes magnetic. Why? because people respect what they have to earn. This is a hard truth, but it's one the Stoics mastered long ago. Part 6. How Stoics Practiced Strategic Kindness. So, how did the Stoics use kindness without being disrespected? They followed 4 simple but powerful rules. And if you live by these, your life will change. Rule 1. Kindness must be intentional, not automatic. Marcus Aurelius didn't help people because he wanted to be liked. He helped because he chose to. Ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to, or because I'm afraid to say no? Every time you give from fear, you chip away at your self-respect. But when you give by choice, your kindness gains power. Rule 2. Say no without explaining yourself. Seneca said it best. He who is everywhere is nowhere. If you're always available, always flexible, always adjusting, you become forgettable. Practice saying I can't, not I can't because I have to do this and that. Just I can't. Watch how people start to respect your time because you respect it first. Rule 3. Reward appreciation, not entitlement. If someone values your effort, continue giving. But if they expect it without gratitude, withdraw it. Don't punish them. Don't create drama. Just step back. Let your silence speak. Let your distance educate, because respect grows in the space where entitlement dies. Rule 4. Command presence, not approval. A Stoic doesn't seek approval. He doesn't need to be liked. He simply stands firm in who he is. And ironically, when you stop trying to be liked, people start valuing you more. So stop auditioning for their approval. Start commanding presence by knowing your worth. Part 7. Reflect and reclaim your power. Let's test this right now. Think about the last 5 times you were kind to someone. Now ask, did they thank you? Or did they expect it? If you're seeing a pattern of being taken for granted, don't get angry. Get aware. Get aligned. Get smart. Because once you understand the game, you can play it better. Part 8. Final Stoic Truth. Be kind, but never a doormat. Being kind does not mean you accept disrespect. Being generous does not mean you allow yourself to be used. Being good does not mean being blind. A Stoic man? He gives but never begs. He respects others but never kneels. He is kind but never a doormat. And the world? It notices. So the next time someone tells you, wow, you're so nice, look them in the eye and say, no, I'm strong enough to be kind. Closing message. If this video opened your eyes, if it made you sit back and say, damn, this is me, then don't just watch, transform. Here at Truth Uncovered, we don't chase likes. We don't sell illusions. We deliver clarity. If you're ready to command respect without sacrificing your soul, if you're ready to give from power instead of fear, subscribe, because kindness is a virtue, but when misunderstood, it becomes a curse. And here, we don't just talk about the difference, we live it.